Hi, it's Rosie, RoseByNameCo. I've not been in a video in a little bit. I've been working on a custom order for a client for a book of shadows. So this is a large book, probably the largest book I've ever made. And I've just completed it and I've taken my photos and now I'm going to show you in a video. Of course, I won't post the video until this reaches its owner. And well, just for the size, let me see here. It is about 8 inches across, and it's a large one, like 10.5 for the length. So this is the cover. Inside it's a little bit smaller, but not by much. I have used mostly full pages to fit the journal, and the spine is about 2.5 inches. So this is what she looks like in the front. The client wanted to have some green colors on here. So this actually shows up a little bit blue on this, but it's actually very green. I'm going to try also to use a filter maybe so that it shows the green a little bit better. But let me show you just all the details on this. So I do have laces and some rhinestones and sequins and buttons here. So there are 4 signatures in this. It's a very thick book, and I've got beads over here, and the button actually holds the closure. So the closure only starts here and is around the button. Now as it gets fuller, you can always, let go of some of this, or you can take it off altogether, use something else if you wish. And this is just from a sari scarf. I like the saffron color against the green. And then here I used a little doily that I had. I thought perfect for maybe the wheel of life or a representation of that. And then there's also some rhinestones in here and also some brads in each one of these. And then in the middle I have this, I think it was on a necklace, but I just like the way it looked. It has a flower and there's different colors that shimmer a little bit. And then Tim Holtz metal frame. And I also have some corner protectors, these decorative ones. And let me see, that's probably it on this side. And now over here, I do have lots of fluff that I like to include, and also lots of sewing tails over here. And here as well is a little bit beads, and these circles. I really like these, or ovals, that I got on a necklace, and I just hung it up right here from the top. So that goes on the side, and instead of a large tassel, because the journal is so large already, I didn't want to add a tassel because it would just be too much. Now I'm going to open it and show you inside as well. So I just added a sunshine filter. I don't really want to use it all through the book because it does add quite a bit of different color than what this is. So this is not as bright as you see it now, but you do see the green here that is all around. So I did put in 2 different fabrics over here on this side, because one is supposed to represent nature and growth in nature, and then the other one decay in nature. So on this side is all the green velvet, and then it changes into this brownish color for the decay. Okay then, so going inside this journal, it is very, very thick with a lot of pages, with many inserts and little notebooks and so on. But I wanted to show you here first this little dream catcher that I've put on. It just runs with the eyelash trim over here, and then I put a little metal decoration here and some craft feathers, and so it just looks like a little dream catcher. And the colors also, I like the darker colors and red and so on that represent decay in this case. So starting off, because this is a book of shadows, and for someone who likes the different and odd and things, that go with witchcraft and so on, green witch, forest witch, or whatever the name might be. And then, so in the very front, I did make a collage tag to write on. It has some extra space with this orangish here, and green in the front as well, and a little bit of a skull, and just different things on this. And then over here is a little notebook, so you can, start planning or something in this notebook before you go on into the rest of the book. And I use on the inside this sort of text pattern here. It's almost like maybe canvas a little bit, this fabric. And this is just the regular cotton here, and puts a little bit of ribbon. And but I just love the numbers on here and letters, sort of like maybe for some alchemy or some kind of formula or something. So over here, this page is paper on one side and then fabric on the other side. It's sort of a see-through fabric a little bit with a little bit of green ribbon on the side, and we have a little pentagram over here as well. Now I've sewn over that, first I did put on the paper a flower here that goes right across, and then I put the fabric on top and sewn around to hold it down. And then I also did some symbols on here that you can see. And in the book I do also include the whole sheet of symbols so that she can refer to, but she may already know exactly what this mean, like the 4 elements. So on the other side, let me just move it this way a little bit for now. Okay, so on the other side, I have a pocket here with cardstock and a little bit of an owl. And this is a collage I've done previously, and I printed it and put it in here just for writing some notes. And then coffee stained vintage book page on flowers. So a large journal card to write on. And here I used also some of the black and white prints from the graphics area. So I like to balance it with a little bit of darker when there's a lot of color. And here I have a little bit of a bead and a little bit of a tab over here. So there's a lot of inking going on here, a lot of inking and a lot of textures. So here we have some eyelash trim. Here's a little bit from a calendar, and then I added some leaves here. And I stamped as well as I did my stick impressions, just a regular stick I get from my tree outside, and I made some lines for writing. So over here on this page, I have a printout from a digital kit. It's called Grow and Decay Digital Journal Kit from Release the Crafting on Etsy. It has mostly, this is for growth section, I suppose. So this is for growth, and it has greenish colors, but it does have a skull because, it is about witchcraft and so on. So here is a little leaf, an original art that I did. And then inside this pocket is, it is a copy, but it is something that I found in an old dictionary where it shows the meaning of witch and witchcraft, witchery, and so on. And on the back, of course, you can write on it. And I also stamped it up a little bit. And this is from the kit as well. So I have different colors here, mostly greenish, yellow, reddish, and light colored pages and so on. This one I found is something that I had in my stash, a print on fabric. And so I wanted to include it with, flowers growing and so on. That's my little doggy, Dallas, barking. And I try to also make different little added details on the edges of the pages. and here as well, because I did use 2 pages together, so I had to sew them anyways, and so that I could have large pages, I sewn 2 regular size pages together. Then I did some more of my, special inking with my hands and branches and so on, and some regular stamps, and lots of collages with fabric and paper. And here's a little leaf charm on this one. This is a fabric pocket here, and with some ribbon on top, and here's a pentagram that I stamped with a little branch or stick. I'm gonna call it stick, and a special sewing and so on. And here I added a little button on this beautiful bird journal card, and it's just a little collage, and just looks so beautiful with the green. Of course, I added green here. And then I have a book of herbs, and this is buck bean here, some information about it, and in the back too. This is actually why I chose a broom snake root, so I chose some of them that have perhaps some relation to this book of shadows here. And then this is just from the internet, old paintings, and I made a little pocket here. It is actually about the eclipse and so on, about the moon phases and such. And then I sewn some lines on this page, and everything is coffee stained, tea stained, and eco-dyed and so on. So here I made a little card. It does have flowers and looks like kind of little herb garden. So this one does say herbs over here. And this is a vintage book page of some buildings in black and white. I wanted to again offset all the color and have the contrast between black and white and color and so on. And this is a little booklet that you can write on it on the back too, and then with this beautiful flower. And then stamping over here. And this is from a foreign book, I believe maybe from Slovakia or some sort of Slovak language. But I like the pictures on this, and also the plain backgrounds and so on. Again, to also give lots of space for writing, because there is a lot of collaging and so on going on. So this one I thought sort of matched this a little bit here. This is another tag I made with a punch out, and there's a little bit of fabric in the back, and lots of fabric here and ribbon. And this one is from the kit, still for growth right now. Now this is another sort of purplish color, because the client says she also likes a splash of purple, so I put some purple here and there. And so this is a large, I like to sometimes make these large tags. And so when there's a nice pocket, it fits perfectly in there, and you can still see it on both ends. So these are see-through pockets that I like to make, and a little bit of beads in the middle here. And this I found, it is a printout that I aged, but it is it looks like a printout of a flower, perhaps some sort of pattern that is to be made maybe for a rug or of some sort, maybe some crocheting or something. This is the other side of the kit page, and some more of the foreign writing. I like foreign writing. And this picture also, I like it. And more stamping over here, and another booklet here. And this is the other side of the book page of those buildings. And then here I put a writing spot. And here I chose this one actually because of this. I thought it was, I don't know, some sort of symbol. It does give information here. And then over here I sewn some lines, another small pocket. And in this one, I put a map that, well, perhaps, you know, sometimes you plan maybe going somewhere, not just yet, but sometimes in the future. But really in the back here, I like these sort of primitive tools, I believe that they are, that were made by the caveman, but a little bit interesting to look at. And a tab over here, this one says sage, and then always tabs on the top as well. This is the other side of the plant. I like the root over here, sort of matches up with this as well. And this is the fabric pocket on the other side, and a little bit more of the symbols and so on. Now this is just a little bit of a secret spot to put some writings into, maybe a spell or something. So you can open it this way, and then it has some pages here that I stamped up, and then here I punched out and put a little bit of fabric, and inside here is a pocket, and here is a little bit of a more plain tag, but it does have a pentagram over here underneath, almost looks like grass or something. And then over here as well, a little bit more spots to write on. So it just sort of closes. Let me see if I can do this. I just punched out a hole through each side, and then, you know, you can put something more secret in there that you don't want anyone to see. And next page, more of the stick stamping, collaging, and then I try to leave every now and then just a blank page, all for writing and for the client to, or the owner to decorate as well. This one has some little journal tags in there, and this is also from the kit. And on the back I have a pentagram that I made from sticks from the backyard, and then I took a photo of it. So that's this one. And here is a little bit of samples. So, you know, sometimes you need something for a spell, and some details here. And then over here is another one of my leaves, original art over there. And in this pocket, I found something. It's really about basic instructions for sewing. But I like these little symbols here. I thought they were unusual. And on the back, she can write. So I thought they were unusual, and I thought, okay, I'll just include it here. And then here's some mushroom tag. And then this is the back of the digital kit. And more of my stamping here and collaging as well. And then a feather on top here and here as well. And tabs all through here also. And then some leaf stamping and so on. And so this is, we're coming to the end of the first signature. And here's a little bit more of the owl and some writing spots there. And a journaling card. And more of the symbols here and here as well. So this is the second signature. And inside each, I put this fabric on top, and then these flowers. In this case over here, some mushrooms. Now these mushrooms are my own art. These are printed, but this is my own art. And then just some flowers from a vintage book in the back of it. Here, I believe this is the altar, the sign for the altar or the table used in witchcraft. And then here's a little bit of a moon charm, and another little mushroom down here as well, and ribbon, and pocket here with a little bit more greenery, and another little leaf here of mine. And from the Graphics Fairy printout, and a little bit from book pages and calendars and so on. And this is from the digital kit here. And it has a skull, and I like the gold, and I did use gold a lot. I pretty well sort of scrubbed on, inked on gold on the most of the pages. And then here you can see it as well. And here's another one of my leaves here. And this is just a small tag from the digital kit. And this is something I printed probably from the New York Public Library about the, it says Book of Magic, the blinking owls. I just thought they were so cute, and it's kind of interesting and odd. It gives you direction about making the blinking owls. I guess they blink with an eye. Over here, more stamping and collaging, and another fabric pocket. So I used the lighter colors in these two signatures. And over here I stamped up the sun, and then I also used a bottle cap, and I made a circle and so on. So I made this symbol for the sun as well. This is just a little pocket, and inside there are lots and lots of little cutouts, little fussy cut things that the owner can then use and put throughout the book. So there's quite a few of them inside. And the pocket is still very free to put in much more. And this one is eucalyptus from the herb book. And this one says green witch. Sewn on some lines and tabs here on both sides. And tabs are always collaged as well with different fibers. So lots and lots of texture in this book. These are both from the kit. And then this is authentic from a book about the moon. And then this is, I believe this is a historical book that I have. And these are just some of the historic buildings, way back in the day. And I just like the colors of it and just a little bit something different. And here's a little notebook also with fabric top here. And then some stamping. And this is from the foreign book. And I like this little picture there as well. And this is, now on this one, this is my digital kit. The Witch's Diary. And I used one here and there. So here I put a little bit of red and green just for decoration here. And then inside is another tag. So I like to put things that are like regular, sort of like flowers and birds, and then I also put in a skull just to make it a little bit different, and a splash of purple. And this is an envelope to put things into. I left it empty so that the owner can put things in. And there's also digital stamping there as well, and some of the beads that I chose for this journal. Then over here in this see-through pocket, another digital here, is one postcard. It's an authentic postcard, and this one I just thought maybe this is a coven or a group of witches that are exchanging, their ideas and so on. And perhaps this is where they get together. I just like it. It looks like one of those old-fashioned, I don't know, when everything is dark, I call it a witch house, as far as the colors and the points on top and so on. Now this is also an authentic postcard, and it has a stamp still on it and pretty writing. And this is just a negative that, if she wants to put somewhere for a different color, I don't know, just for texture really, I put that in there also. But I really like the ladies here that are getting together and, having a little bit of a leisure time. And this is the back of my Witch's Diary digital. And then the page from the foreign book. A little bit more stamping and another booklet here with fabric and beautiful purple writing spot on this page. And I don't know if you can see all the gold that I put on this page also, and then some of these primitive buildings here, and then stamped up. This one says lavender, and on the back, however, I don't have lavender. I do have a bug. I made this collage just also with the pretty colors, and then inserted a bug just to make it a little bit different, a little bit more of the moon phases and so on. From the herb book. And then here I stamped up moon, and I put the symbol for full moon. And then I found this because I was making kits on astrology, astronomy, and planets. So I found this one that says what makes the phases on the moon. So I thought, why not? I'll put it in here in the Book of Shadows, and maybe it actually explains. And more fabric and stamping, and also some fabric on the sides, and another one of my leaves up here in the pocket. And this one is from Release the Crafting digital kit, and in the back I stamped up So that's a bit of a fold out. And this is the back of the Release the Crafting digital kit. The large pages, and then here's some stamping. I love the beautiful colors, the yellow and the greens and so on. And here too, just the textures here. I love things like this. So anyway, so that's why I guess I make them. So some stick lines here, and then I stamped up some leaves. And here we have some writing spots and more of my leaves over there. So this is the end of growth. This is the second signature, and then we're going to start on decay, which is then a darker color. And I try to use all the more decay colors like brown, black, red, and so on. So there's still some green in there, but this is mostly the green part here, the growth, and then this will be the decay. So over here is some of my mushrooms again, and some of the symbols. And here as well, some symbols, my mushrooms here, and symbols over here as well. So then on the decay section, I have the pentagram here as well, and then some ribbon. And on the inside, like I said, I'm using now darker colors. I'm trying to anyways. And a little bit more stamping in the darker colors. And this is from the digital kit. And the flower in black and white. And also with a lot of stamping around it. And some darker eyelash trim and so on. So the leaves are turning. Now this is still a section where things are sort of turning to decay. So the leaves are turning. And I didn't actually make these. I did print them, but I did color them. So this is original coloring. And over here from Release the Crafting digital kit. And then some of my colored leaves. So in the front is a little bit of a witch and an owl, and the journaling card opens up for a little bit more space. And then this I printed, and this is, it says Salem from the lookout on Witch's Hill. Witch's Hill. I don't know if that's in real life. I suppose it is. And then over here, some of the sewing, lots and lots of sewing everywhere. And this is another one. I just stapled it on. Maybe she wants to use it somewhere else. More details here, and stamping of a web and bats and a skeleton here. And I have this skull fabric. It's really like a see-through sort of fabric. I was able to sew it and put it on this page. And then I stamped up 222, and apparently that means something too. And then I really don't know on the top of my head, but it does also, the numbers of course mean something. And then here I gave her a see-through pocket, and then just some clusters that maybe she wants to put somewhere else in the book or some other book, you know, just a little bit of extras. And here a little bit more from the herbs book. And detail here. And then this one, this is from the 1800s paintings. And then this one too, I found this at the house, another diagram. This one's of a bug. And well, I don't know, is somebody putting a bug on a rug? I don't know, rug hooking? I don't know what it was for, but some sort of patterns anyways. And here's a little skeleton key. And this one here, a little bit of a collage. It says spells here. And then maybe, you know, she's going to write a love potion spell here for a couple to fall in love. Maybe she wants to fall in love. I'm not sure. So this is an authentic book page as well. And this one I think is in English. And this is the other one. That's in foreign language, and then it has some strange, it looks like frogs, I think, with their feet up and so on. This is from the digital kit here, and some tabs over here, so brownish tabs now. And oh, I love this one. I'll show you this one first. This one is from a vintage book, and I believe that she has caught a mouse, and maybe she's making smaller pieces for the babies to feed the babies. I just like the look on her. She's like, okay, I gotta do this again. And this couple, I'm not sure. I found it somewhere. I love the colors over here. I found them somewhere, and I just thought they looked kind of odd a little bit, and I put them in here. I mean, she can always take out whatever she really doesn't feel fits in here. And this is a bat, another collage of mine. And on the next page, let me just fix them a little bit. There we go. Another tab here, and this is the witch's broom on the digital collage, and then, you know, gold ink on there, some more book pages, and on this one I put magic, and I like this golden color fabric. I thought fits perfect, and I like this. This is a vintage image from a book, and then this is from some old cards. I have just a sample. I don't know if they look like runes, or I don't know, something. I'm not sure. And then a little bit more from that book. And then here in this skull fabric page, I included another fabric with a little bit of red around it. And, you know, somebody can cut this up and put it somewhere. And then this is from a farmer's almanac from 1977. And it does have some, you know, a little ditty about All Hallows Eve, the witch, and the cat. So I thought that, well, okay, that's perfect for this book, the Book of Shadows. A little bit more stamping here, and also space for writing. And here as well, some details here. Another one of the colored leaves, and another collage of mine with some purple and this golden ribbon over here, and then a part of the pentagram and another skull over here as well. So I like making those. They're fun. And the other side of the digital kit, and more over here, stamping and so on, and another little bauble or some beads, stick writing and stick line making things. And then I like this one here. This is a feather, and then this is just all the threads I had on the table, and some fabric and so on. So whatever I have, I like the way it looks. It almost looks like a button or something. A little bit more. I can't really tell you what this is, but I just liked it together, and it is more grungy. It's becoming more grungy as, you know, as things get more decayed. So here's more of the symbols, and my mushroom here, and from flowers from the vintage book, and there's some cheesecloth underneath as well, and this beautiful ribbon here. Now over here, I used fabrics and ribbons and so on, and threads on these swatches or snippets or clusters, the many names that we have for these. And then over here I put black ribbon. So on the inside, this is from the digital kit, a black bug of some sort, and then some leaves that are decaying, and, you know, all the writing spots, the flowers, the more decay on there. And there's a little bat charm here. So this is the fourth signature now, and the leaves are, when I color this, I try to make it much darker, some cheesecloth underneath. And we have owls, and this is a collage that I did, and I just put lots of browns on here, so I thought I would use that. And then here as well, a little bit, this is some sort of ribbon or something. And here I made a belly band with a little bit of a button, and another envelope that I printed from some sort of ancient writings. I just thought it was interesting. And then more of my collaging here. and can't stop making these, always making these nonstop. And just little details here. And this is from some book that I found. This is just a bit of old cloth, and then, I don't know, some sort of a, I don't know exactly what that would be, but it looks like some sort of carving in a stone, and then some writing space. But there are some bugs, some spiders coming up on a page. And then this is a fabric pocket with some ribbon. And here I included 2 tall pockets that the owner can either glue somewhere else or use it here or put in some other journal. But they are in brown. And then some more of the gold over here, and from the herb book. And then this is beautiful fabric from a sari scarf, I believe. And it has some of the shiny there, sort of sequins and so on. And I love these designs on it. So these are a little bit larger notebooks, but more grungy. And this is attached to tracing paper. And then a little bit more ribbons and so on here. And lots of sewing. And here I added some different types of ribbons and fabric, whatever I had. And sewing, and this whole thing is very grungy. And I included here, this is my digital. It's sort of like a folder, but it does have pockets, so something could be put in there. And from the foreign book, I don't know, I believe this is a man with 2 faces, so very odd. And here more from the digital book, some stars, and I put lots of moon and lots of gold and black here. Now this is the middle of the last signature, and in the middle here I found this page, and I love the inside too. It's just the colors, beautiful. And I found this page. It was, I don't know, like a decoration book or something, home decor. But I liked the way they had, everything is pretty dark and grungy and decaying looking. But there are some flowers, and it looks like some fruits, and there's a candle. So it may be almost like a little, silver cup. And I put some texture on it. And it looks like maybe it could look like an altar. And so in the back, there could be some spells and so on. And on that altar, then perhaps, not on the altar, but beside the altar, perhaps, a simple circle casting could be done. And this is on vellum. So, and it's just a single sheet, so you can take it out and use it somewhere. A little bit more beads over here. And lots of texture all over, and an owl. This is from the digital. And then here, another odd kind of illustration from the foreign book. And then more of that pocket. And some of my collaging, like I said, I put different things in here. Lots of texture, and then some odd things that I find or print, and a little bit corrugated curtain here, and so on. In this beautiful grungy decay looking pocket. A little bit more fabric here, and the tracing paper. And here is a little bit more pages to write on, and as well this beautiful silver and black fabric. And from the herbs book. In this pocket I left empty. It is a large pocket, so I'm sure large can fit into this. And a little bit more stamping, and just for writing. And a little bit more, I don't know, this was not a pentagram, but some sort of wheel, but I thought it looked odd enough to put in here. And then some little dots that I stamped up, the other side of the belly band. And more of my weird collaging and sewing on it and putting fabric on. These are my own little, I don't know if I try to make like antlers or something, but my own stamps that I made. This is authentic, and it's an old world map, and it's printed on almost like waxed vellum or something. It is sturdy, but it does feel like wax, so I got that in Croatia. And the other side, this is the other side of the owls, my digital. And then more stamping in the more darker colors and more grungy. In here as well, darker pages. So here's the symbols for runes, what they mean. And some of those symbols are the ones that you saw on those pages and in the back over here as well. And a little bit more decaying leaves here with coordinating pockets. And some more of these fabric clusters here, and well, it's not a flower, it's leaves, but it's from a vintage book. So in the back here, there are 2 more pockets. I'm going to show you this one first. Actually, there's another one, you can't see it, but, well, actually, I'm just going to move the whole book. Let me see if I can do that. So this is a very large book, the largest, like I said, that I've made. I did have a lot of fun making it though, and maybe in the future I'll make another one. So I made this as a gift. It's another journal. It's just a small mini journal. Now here I have a piece of the black cloth, and inside I made tarot cards, which, as you've heard probably in other videos, I have an old deck that a friend gave me a long time ago, and I made just a few samples from it, and I aged them up. They look like pretty well like real cards, and you know, then maybe she wants to read something from it sometimes on this piece of cloth. And I just kind of put them in here in this pocket just so they don't come out, and this seem to fit in there pretty nice. And then she can make notes on the other side. And there's another journal tag here with something a little bit odd on the bottom there. And then this is embossed, but it is from an Indian paper pack that I have. And then here is a pocket in this what is it, envelope, airmail envelope, with some paper to write on. And I found this book, sort of maybe a book of shadows, I'm not sure, in a little bit of a small tag with some fringes there and a stamp here. Put a stamp here too. And then I found this in one of those Guinness Book of World Records, I believe. The snake I just thought was cool, so I put that in here. And then in this one is another map. Guinea. You know, she wants to take a trip one day far in the future to Guinea. And I put revolution on here. And then here I found this, is it a cheetah? I believe it's a cheetah. I don't know, she just seemed to fit perfect in this pocket. I thought, well, what the heck, why not? I had her on the table. And then something about some kind of symbols here. Journaling card, a little bit more writing space. And then here, also, what I was using when I was putting some words in the book, what was left over, I just folded it up, and I'll include it for the owner in case she wants to use some words from that. So this is this little book, and it has this large, very large, extra large paper clip that I had for a while. Haven't used it yet, and I thought, okay, why not? So that's in the back here with this eyelash trim. And then over here, this is my photography on my thank you card, and I wrote a thank you note in there. And this is another large page, and over here, journaling card with some odd things on that one. And lots of space for writing. This is something about wheat. However, it reminded me of the old-fashioned apothecary. Pharmacy jars and so on. Maybe for alchemy. Maybe she keeps some things in there that she uses in spells and so on. And it had numbers on it and so on. And this is a tiny pocket for something. and here as well. So she can put some notes in there, and here's a little bit of texture. And that's what it reminded me of, maybe some kind of alchemy things that she might be keeping. And then another paper clip with more on it. And so this will just go in here. So that's the end of the book. It is very full. I mean, she might even want to take some things out, use it in a different journal. And just going to show you the wrap I made for it. A large, really, it's just a large piece of black fabric, which, I'm just going to show you for a sec, which I put strings on it of burlap. I sewn them all the way through, and then I will wrap the book in it. It has the burlap ends on each side, and then I will wrap the book in it, and then, you know, she can use the cloth for whatever else she might want to use. So I thank my client for allowing me to make this journal, for, you know, thinking of me on that. Oh yeah, I did forget to show you, I think, a bookmark as well that I have inside there. And for, you know, giving me this opportunity to make a book of shadows. I've made small grimoires so far, but not the larger book. It kind of, you know, I wasn't sure if I can make it, if I can do it, how will I do it. But, you know, once you get started, it does come along. So this is the end of this one. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and come back again, see what RoseByNameCo is up to. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Thank you. It's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. Bye-bye.